Hey guys, MD Prepper here. Talking about Saturday night specials and low-cost handguns. Went to a small local gun show this weekend in the hopes of picking up a high point in .45 caliber. Could not find one, unfortunately. Too small of a show. Wanted one of those to try out and see how it did. Heard a lot of great things about them, but in light of the fact that the president made a comment in one of the recent debates about wanting to ban cheap handguns, I decided it was time to invest a little more in cheap handguns. Not that I intend to use these for primary carry or anything else, but they were cheap and I like playing around with firearms. I like having a selection. I am a collector. And ran into these. These are Jimenez, or possibly pronounced Jimenez, but I believe Jimenez is the proper pronunciation, handguns. These are widely regarded as Saturday night specials and probably do fit that category, as this company is an offshoot of Brico and Jennings and Raven and all the rest. It's just a continuation, as those companies went out of business due to being sued or legislated out of existence. This is the modern interpretation with Jimenez arms. So found a local dealer that I've dealt with a lot in the past. Bought a fair amount of things with, have a good relationship with, and they tend to have some of the cheapest prices around. And we were standing there talking, and I looked down and saw the prices and said, well, let me see that. They said, well, you shoot a lot better stuff than this. I said, well, yeah, I know I do, but let me look at it anyway. I asked them how much business they did with these firearms. They said for the price, they're selling like hotcakes. They're just flying off the shelves, some of their top sellers, just because people can't afford them. What we have here, and this is not their full selection of options, but these are the two I picked. We have the Jimenez arms, or JA22, which is obviously 22 caliber, 6 shots in the magazine and 1 in the pipe, so 7. It comes with a magazine lock, which is actually quite a nice little lock, and also comes with a spare magazine. So 2 magazines with this, $99. Now this one is the chrome version, which tends to run a little bit more expensive overall if you look online than the standard ones out there, but they had the chrome for the same price as the rest of the black versions, the steel colored, whatever, matte finish, the blackened versions, whatever. The chrome was the same price. I went for chrome, ghetto fabulous. So why not? Decided to pick that up for $99. What the heck? If everything gets rough and the world collapses, guns may be a nice little barter item. I don't think I'll be carrying one of these. I've got better stuff, but for $99 for a small little pocket 22, it's fun to play around with, and it's served well. We'll talk about that in a second. Second, for $169, I picked up the Jimenez 9, the JA9, which is a 12-round magazine. 12 rounds here. Heavy pistol, weighs almost exactly the same as the High Point 9. Better magazine capacity, adjustable sights, etc. $169. So the total price for this was, both of these were $280, I think, with tax tag, title, and everything else out the door. I couldn't complain. I originally wanted this one here, the JA9, with the silver color here for the slide and the frame. But the only one they had was their floor model, their show model, which was fairly well scratched up from being handled and knocked against things and whatnot. So I told them I wanted that one. They came back and said, well, we don't have one that's new in box other than the display, and they showed me what they did have. And I decided to get this one with the silver frame and the black slide. Why? See how well this holds up. Function and scratches and all that, these are not going to hold up as well as a Glock or anything else, but you know what? This lets me know how well the silver holds up and how well the black finish holds up, so I can compare those. Why the heck not? I'll be doing individual reviews of each of these pistols here in the very near future. Took them both down to my little private range today. Fired about 150 rounds through this one and exactly 100 rounds through this one. Flawless for both of them. Absolutely perfect firing. No failures to eject, no stovepipes, etc. I've heard a lot of bad stuff about these guns, and I knew that going in, but I figured it'd be a fun little project. A gun I can fluff and buff and beat up, and who cares for the price. I just want to see how low can you go for a gun. For 99 bucks, this is definitely my choice, and again, I'll be doing a review of this one later. Great little gun overall, at least the one I got. And for 160, this ain't bad, especially with a 12-round capacity. Again, I'll be doing reviews individual of these later. This has some flaws, but So far, I like them. I do not have the original targets like I am starting to do with my new pistol tryouts because it was a very windy day and I just could not get my targets to sit still long enough. So a lot of the shots were very much on target, but they didn't appear so because of the target flopping around, and I just kept firing because I was tired of standing there waiting for things to settle down. Both of these did have a slight tendency to fire high and to the right. Not terribly, but just slightly. That could have been me in my shooting. Don't know. I tend to do that in some of my shots. You've seen my past videos, so that's probably my problem. Like I said, both have functioned flawlessly so far. I did take them down and clean them before I took them out to shoot. And overall, they're great stuff so far. I will do individual reviews of this. Hopefully later in the week I will shoot a little bit more of these. 100 rounds here and 150 so far. That's a fairly good test, but I'd like to fire some more and show you guys some targets. So I will be doing that in the near future. We'll be talking about these for potential practical prepping and low-cost shooting. So far, I'm very impressed. They're not my first pick, they're not my second pick, not my third or my fourth or my fifth, but if I only had $100 and had to buy a firearm, well, 22 is not a terrible choice. It's something. 7 rounds of 22 in a target is probably going to make them go away, or at least in their general direction. 12 rounds is definitely going to make them go away. Again, there's some limitations to these guns. They're not perfect for every situation, but I'll be covering those in the future. Just wanted to let you guys know what I was going to be doing here in the near videos. Jimenez arms, so far so good. MD Prepper, out.